When I was in Texas, God began to unlock and like speak, and I'm like, and I knew that I had to make a video about this verse, right? So it's in John 14, and I believe it's the 6th verse. But it's in John chapter 14. And basically Jesus was talking to his disciples, basically letting them know that he was the way, right? And I remember Thomas was having a conversation and like, no, we don't know the way, we don't know, blah, blah, blah. And Jesus basically was telling them, like, if you have seen me, you have seen the Father, and all that type of good stuff, right? But I was reading the verse, and it said, like, Jesus replied and said to them that I am the way, the truth, the life, and no one comes to the Father except through me, right? And I was pondering on why I was sitting with God, and I said, why did Jesus say the life? He said, I am the way, the truth, the life, right? Jesus could have said, I am the way, the truth, I am the way to life, I am life, I am a part of life. He could have just said that, but he said, I am the life. He could have just said, I am life itself, right? And I was just sitting, I was just asking God, why did Jesus say, I am the life, right? And what God downloaded to me was, and I'm going to use an analogy like this, with these sunglasses. Say these sunglasses is life. And God basically began to talk to me and said, I don't want people to be confused as of life as just being its own entity itself. Because Jesus could have said, I am the way, the truth, and life. Because he is life, right? But he said the life. And I'm like, he said the life. And God was basically just saying, like, I don't want people to think of life as its own just entity itself. Like, I don't want people to think that this thing is just life to reach. Everybody's trying to get that. I just want to live my life. I just want to figure out life itself, right? But Jesus said, I am the life. So allowing life to be its own thing, an entity, Jesus says, I am that. I am this. You're searching